what I want to get to relates to car washes, okay? And I was driving with my trailer from my new shop. Now, full disclosure, my new shop is like 2 hours out of town, away from Colorado Springs, on a dirt road. And it's on a very long section of dirt road. And the county was working on that dirt road. They were grading it. And when they do that, they wet the road down with a lot of times it's not just water. It's a solution that's supposed to help prevent dust and other things like that. Well, this road was wet. It was muddy. And I was driving with the Tacoma and my car hauler, and the car hauler was empty. There was nothing on it, but it got caked in mud. I mean, top to bottom in this kind of red, really silty mud. It almost looked like someone had just spray painted this thing brown. And so I get to Colorado Springs and I'm like, gee, I really want to wash this stuff off of the trailer. I'd really like to clean this off. Also because I've heard sometimes some of the chemicals they use on these dirt roads are, and I haven't confirmed this, it's hearsay, but I've heard that they can be somewhat corrosive, not to steel, but to aluminum. And you see, that's a problem because my entire trailer is aluminum. It's top to bottom. The entire thing is aluminum. So, except for the axles, those are the only thing that aren't aluminum. That isn't aluminum. So anyway, I go to this car wash, and if you're in Colorado Springs, you know the car wash. It's up by the Chapel Hills Mall, and I always do self-service car washes. I always hand wash my cars. I don't do automated car washes, and that's for a number of reasons. Because for one, if you do a brushed car wash, well, you're not taking your trailer into there, that's for sure. But for two, I don't know. Anyway, the thing is, even if you're just taking your car into a brush car wash, man, those are terrible for your paint. The brushes are going to absolutely leave these little streaks in your paint, these little hairline scratches. You're going to see it when the sun hits it just right. Those brushed car washes are no good. And the brushless car washes are also no good because while they don't damage your vehicle's paint, they don't actually get the car clean. Big surprise. Well, so I've always been a big proponent of doing the pressure washer and then hand washing whatever I'm doing. And generally at those car washes, the do-it-yourself ones, I don't use the scrubbing brush that they give you because that's usually caked full of dirt and all sorts of nastiness. That's going to be terrible for your paint too. Now, if it's my trailer, I will use that scrubbing brush on the trailer because it's not painted. It's a trailer. Anyway, so I pull into the car wash, and this car wash had the owner there. Rarely do you see the owner at some of these places. And I'm about to pull into one of the stalls with my completely mud and dirt caked truck and trailer. And the dude runs out. He's like, whoa, stop. And I'm like, whoa, what's wrong? Am I running into the building with the trailer? No, I'm not. He goes, hey man, I'd really appreciate it if you don't wash that mud off here in my car wash. And I'm like, okay, no problem. But why? And he explains to me, and he was really chill about it. He goes, the way these car washes work is the drain at the bottom of the car wash connects to a septic tank. I always thought, and maybe I was just mistaken or naive in this sense, I always thought that these car washes just drain into the public sewer. That's what I figured. I just assumed that, but I suppose it makes sense that it has a septic tank, which takes all of that silt, all of that nastiness, all of those chemicals, the heavy stuff, the brake dust, all of that settles to the bottom in the tank. The water stays on top. Then the water drains off into the sewer system at that point. And I've actually got a quick, and why this is important is just because it was something I didn't know. And I thought, man, if I didn't know this, I don't know if I'm the only one, but if I didn't, maybe you didn't either. I want you to check out, if you're watching on video, take a look at this graphic right here. And I found this on the internet, but it explains it pretty well. The water drains off, goes into basically a septic tank where all of the sludgy, heavy stuff stays. Then that water gets pumped out to the sewer. In the case of this graphic here, they're also talking about this specific car wash brand is saying that they recycle some of that water once all this heavy stuff is settled out of it, and then that gets used later on. Now, With that being said, the guy told me that when people come in with especially muddy vehicles, like, yes, I know it's a car wash. You're going to say there's people on the internet typing on the comments, man, it's a car wash, or you're supposed to wash cars there. That's the whole point. But he explained to me that when you come in with this really aggressive mud, especially that road mud that's been treated with all sorts of chemicals, that it clogs up the system. And he has to pump that septic system out. And he said it costs him $2,000 every single time that happens. And then he also told me something else rather interesting that I didn't think about. But have you noticed how all of these do-it-yourself car washes, they never have the latest and greatest stuff. They always feel a little old. They always feel a little dated. And meanwhile, especially in Colorado Springs, all of these big automated car washes are popping up left and right. They're all over the place. All these big corporate brands, brand new, and they're always brush-style car washes. They're never the DIY car washes. And this guy, I was chatting with him, and he said, yeah, man, those of us around who run these do-it-yourself car washes, we are struggling to stay in business because of all of the corporate chains and also all of the upkeep, on these systems. He said, people come in with muddy stuff. He's like, I caught you when I did, but man, if you ran that through my car wash, it would have cost me thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, so I'm doing something not knowingly costing him a ton of money. Meanwhile, I'm putting like $1.25 in quarters in the thing, and that's it, right? So it's easy to see how this could be problematic. But he told me that a lot of people and people he knows who also run car washes are on the verge of going out of business. It's just getting too expensive to run these self-service car washes, to maintain them, when all of these automated car washes are taking 99% of the business. And that's a problem if you're a car guy like me, because I will not take my nicer cars. I won't take the S2000. I won't take the WRX. Some people will be like, hey, nicer car, WRX, ? Anyway, I won't take those through automated car washes. I just don't do it. The pickup truck, $800 stroker Jeep, yeah, I might take it through one of those. But every car guy I know with any sort of car they care about, they don't go to those automated car washes. They always do it by hand. And yet those guys are, I don't know, they might not be around for a while. So if you see a local car wash, you wash your car there all the time, patronize that business, because that's a service that I think we take for granted, and it might go away. So let's support those guys. Coming up after the break, racetracks are going to be protected.